they've just been quiet and biding their time. Now, not in the circle. Same with Influence Rage. Both of these teams will need to find something.
Oh, immediate snap back onto Kenny. Only allowed to pop off a couple of shots before he is knocked on the backlines as well for Sem9 with the blue zone crushing in 10 seconds. You do not want to waste any time going for this res. Get him up almost immediately so that reading into that D+ know that they can just cross this open ground, get up to this wall line, but there's an off angle coming through for a third party. Sem9 still have the down shots onto Forest. He didn't get across fast enough, and Influence Rage are curtailing them as well from that other side, from that western edge. They've crept around the headland, and now they can do some damage.
Yeah, Sem9's caught in a somewhat of a tough spot. We just saw for a brief second the high ground having angles, the mid ground out of Influence Rage pressuring them, and then the low ground out of D+ looking to take their position as well as Milo. He's been quiet this whole time. He's let players sneak by him, and he's going to start it off with a nade. He needs to get a knock. Wait, where did that nade go? Did it not connect on anything? Big Milo just really failing to deliver right there.
That is a big mistake being seen by Big Milo. Really, really bad to find that happening to you in this late stage. Could have basically taken down Influence Rage right here and now. Some lovely down shots with the Vector to be able to get some sprays onto D+. They are fully eliminated, and now it's Vibes to look for the backlines of Influence Rage. Law and Lil Boy, the last two to stand for them on the western edge. Sem9 still 4 players alive, the only team to have maintained that all the way through this match so far. Vibes on the northern side, though, playing with 3, have the high ground.
Yeah, Sem9 under a lot of pressure from multitudes of angles. They managed to stay strong as 4, like you mentioned. And they're looking strong right now to close out the match, I think, because Queso, we saw them lose Lil Boy. So I think they have 3, but it does not look to be the case. They're down to just the 2 players, and they've had this center zone this whole time.
Reyes and Papi Potro on the inside of the east in the warehouse. The most covered off team for sure. I mean, nobody's really looking to push into it just yet. Sem9 might look to flow around to this eastern side if Vibes maintain their stalwart control on the west. So we'll see if that is a route of aggression for them. You can see them jumping into some vehicles. We'll see where they opt to push.
Yeah, they know with this being stage 8, if they don't make any moves now, they are just going to be forced to the middle, and that puts them in a lot of danger from many teams. So best is set up now, and it looks like they are going to work towards the west side. One of the players gets very close to the Vibes player, but the long distance angle from Doc still good here. Gets that knock. The other team's now taking advantage of that knock to pressure in a little bit closer, but they're going to need to win their close range engagements. Baron comes up close, goes for the thirst. The smoke's covering things off. Baron's still good for now.
Spots the player down the hill, gets a lot of damage, but doesn't find the knock. Pam pushes out to try and deal with it, but he's gone low himself, has to fall back to the rest of his team, knows that they need to commit to this, and they didn't find any damage on the Baron, which is absolutely crazy to be able to push through a smoke and not take any damage for it. Baron still manipulating, moving around fairly masterfully, I would say, over on that ridgeline, but those backlines being taken down. With Doc out of the picture, there's a little less security for Baron on that closer angle. He's hit the deck, he's retreated. Team Queso looking to strike now.
Yeah, Baron has lost that support, and he is slowly crawling back without that support line. Trying to bait the team of Sem9 into Apex, which is a great idea. Try and make as much use as he can of his last remaining support player on the top. I'm hoping Vibes should have just pushed with 2 close range, but that was not the case, and he goes down. Sem9 staying alive with 3. It is stage 9 too. Center zone in favor of Queso, honestly, because both teams have to cross over into the open first before Queso really has to make a play. The smokes will be crucial now.
Papi Potro will see Apex cresting that ridgeline, will have seen that smoke, so they'll know that he's making his play. But what openings does he have? Sure, you get the advantage of knowing that Sem9 are all from the single angle, but you're moving down the hill against Team Queso, who have complete open for season onto your position. Immediately, as soon as that high ground's gone, they break out. Team Queso looking for control.
Okay, so the quick nade, that will not connect. It seems like the hustle actually favors Sem9. Look at this 3-way angle. That nade bouncing very close, but does not connect. Instead, Queso will take nade damage instead.
Papi Potro should have some first aids left. They've been out of the fight for quite a while, but 12 nades in hand for Sem9. They might just wait for this one to close a little bit more. and just start to bombard out these angles. You see, they're already starting to put the pressure on. But nice and evasive for Team Queso. Smoke's still launching forwards, nades into them. Damage on the backlines. Reyes with that auto shotty. Wants to get closer. Wants to close that range, but Mikiel on the backline, similarly armed. They're waiting for the moment. They're waiting for their opportunity.
There's still util left. Both teams trying to find some util advantage first before engaging with guns. The smoke's obscuring a lot of sight lines. Still no connections just yet. Oh, and there is one!
Ooh.
And that should be it.
Immediately, they just surge on forwards. They find that knock. Papi Potro, isolated position known. Blue zone's there. He's just got to wait for it to tick away. They give the point over as well. Sep9 take the chicken dinner of the final Erangel today.